the castle, and hurry. Rita Rabbit.
Hey, how would you like it if I did that to your nose?
Who goes there?
Sam the lion.
You're not here to see the dragon, are you?
What dragon? I'm looking for Rita Rabbit.
This dragon!
That's a dragon, all right.
See? You are here to see the dragon!
No, I'm not. I'm looking for Rita.
You're not selling cookies, are you?
See? My friend, Rita Rabbit, left me this note. I'm supposed to meet him at the castle.
Well, why didn't you say so in the first place? Come on in and sign the castle guest book. Now, if you'll just step this way...
Help! I'm falling! Ooh.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Rita Rabbit's Second Grade. This is a game that was released in 1998 for Windows PC, and it is an edutainment title by a somewhat famous video game developer called The Learning Company. They were quite big back in the 80s and 90s, and most known for their various edutainment titles of the Rita Rabbit series, among some others, but Rita Rabbit is probably their most well-known. Now, this game in particular plays a lot different than many of their games. While a lot of their games could be considered action games, this one in particular takes it to a new level by being a platformer for the most part. Now, platforms on PCs at the time weren't always the best, and while this one isn't really any shining example, I'd say it does a little better job than most. Probably helped that it was released later in the 90s when people finally started to figure out platformers on PC. But anyways, that is beside the point. I am playing this game for you today, and boy, is it a game. I mentioned it as a joke, I don't know what, 2 years now, I guess, since I did Connections when I brought it up for some random weird reason, but here it is. Now, stories of games, as you might saw with that somewhat lengthy cold opening there. Sam the lion here has to go to the castle and find his friend Rita Rabbit. Now, we don't know what happened to Rita Rabbit. Something about a dragon, I guess. But there isn't really a lot else to go on here. So I'll go over the basic controls quickly. You can walk left and right with the arrow keys.
Welcome to the Dragon's Enchanted Castle!
You can jump with the spacebar or interact with things, as you can see here.
Losing things is the dragon's habit. So don't worry about your friend the rabbit.
Yeah, that's reassuring. But yeah, so this is the kind of a hub world, I guess you could call it. All these doors here you can go in, but they're all to later areas. We need to actually go back to the one that we started on, surprisingly. But I guess this is a nice tour to see what's coming up here. Not that this room has anything to do with what you're about to see in the game. So the objective of the game is to solve various levels based on educational concepts. And you have to collect these widgets here. So you can see there's many different parts of the castle. There's actually, I think, 3 or 4 in each of the towers, so 12 different areas total. But it's a really linear game. There's not really like a lot of searching around anything. Each level's pretty short. There's a few different types that I'll kind of quickly go over as you go through.
I can do it. I can reach that tower. Skillway!
Find all the words that name liquids.
Click on the door and help me find all the words that are the names of liquids. I'm supposed to find all the words that name liquids.
Alright, well, if you keep that up, Sam, then I'm not going to have any job here except playing the game. But yeah, so the main bread and butter of the game are these levels called Skillways, and they're the platformer sections I was talking about. In these levels you can jump with the spacebar, you can grab words with the spacebar as well, climb up and down ladders. There's not a lot to it. They get a little harder, I guess. Well, as hard as you might expect for a game meant for literal 7-year-olds. But yeah, there's not too much to them. But basically, you go around collecting the various words or other objects, as it's not always words, in the level that relate to the category that was given at the start. So in this case, we want liquids, which obviously these two are liquids.
Yippee! Yippee!
Now, maybe not in this level, but in some of the levels, I'm probably going to demonstrate my wonderful and well-earned education by missing words or possibly even grabbing the wrong one. So we'll just see exactly how smart I am in being able to solve this game meant for 8 and 7-year-olds. Now, I didn't actually just miss one already, did I? No, I didn't. Okay. Popcorn is most definitely not a liquid. Corn could be a liquid in various somewhat questionable circumstances that I would rather not get into. But I think we'll just collect the apple juice for now. Now, these levels, they're all the same. There's actually like a pool that they draw from. So you've got an objectives pool, the tower that the level is in, the environment, and the contents of the level. And while the environments always stay the same, they're always in a set order. You always start in this dungeon area first. I believe either the lab or the library is next, and so on. But the levels themselves can be vary slightly depending on which tower you're in, and the objectives can also vary. However, I do believe the liquids one is hard-coded to be the first stage, or if not hard-coded, one of very few possibilities. Later on, it tries to mix it up more a few, depending on which stage you're on. But I think for the most part, we got pretty much everything here. But as you could have seen when I went back over here, there's a lot of one-way paths and stuff, so once I went down that hole, there was no going back. So if I missed something back at the start, well then, I guess I'm an idiot and I missed it. So we'll see how we did once we go through the exit here.
Hello, I am Sir Drason the Dragon. This is my castle. I like to call it home. I meet only with the highest ranking visitors. Oh, I hope you get there too, because I'd like to meet you. Now, I'll be watching you to see if you succeed at my different challenges. Ooh, they're going to be tough.
So yeah, we got all the points in that level, so good. I haven't failed my education yet.
Read and reflect hallway.
Well, hello there! Come and read about the castle and earn some points along the way. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Just click on my nose, and when you're done, click on my frame. All right, now I'll show you a sentence, then you decide if it's a fact or an opinion. A fact is something that is true. I bet you've seen that it gets real dark at night, just like in this picture. This is a fact. So, click the button that says fact. An opinion is what someone thinks. For example, Reader Rabbit thinks Sam is the bravest lion in the whole world. Yep, that's his opinion. So, click the button that says opinion. Okay, I've shown you some pictures to help get you started. Now, it's up to you to figure it out.
Ooh, okay. Okay, I get it. So is this sentence a fact or an opinion?
Well, I'm sure there's some people on the internet that wouldn't be able to tell the difference. But yeah, it's a really straightforward challenge. But again, you gotta remember this game is made for very young children, so obviously it's not going to present the most challenging of gameplay for someone like me. Although, who knows what will happen since I am recording this. That usually lowers IQ by a percentage of like 1,000, depending on the situation. So, we'll see what happens, but I do hope that I don't get any of these ones wrong, to be sure. Yes, that would be a
Sorry,
fact,
gotta
I guess.
go. Time for some quiet reflection.
Alright, well, if you don't like that character, too bad. Because
Let's see how we're
you're
doing.
You're gonna see him a lot.
Science Factway.
Hello, I'm Monstrous Mirror. You must solve the dragon's challenges, get as many points as you can, and collect widgets! Only then will you be able to reach the tower and see your friend. Oh boy! Good luck!
Now, what was it I had to do? Let's see. Overcome challenges, earn points, collect widgets, and one more thing. Oh yeah! Save Reader Rabbit! Let's read about science. Click on the mirror.
Decide if the underlined parts are facts, you know, things that can be proven, or opinions, things that people think.
Alright, so I know I said earlier that the platforming sections were kind of the bread and butter of the game, but there are still a ton of these things as well. Well, there's technically, I think, 6 different environments, or not environments, level types. 3 of them are all of this. So it's not all just fact and opinion, there's other kinds of stuff later, but for now this is all we're dealing with here. So I hope you're paying attention, because some people on the internet could definitely learn a thing or two about the difference between facts and opinions. But yes, balloons do indeed rise when filled with helium. Anything with the word think in it would definitely be an opinion.
Oh!
And so with that, we get our first widget as well.
Let's see how many points we have.
Congratulations, Smokescreen!
Skillway!
Find all the words in plural form.
I'm supposed to look for plural forms of words.
Alright, so the library level is next. It's probably one of my favorite environments in this game. The levels start out fairly small, but they do get a lot bigger as you go on. So let's actually start taking a look for some plural forms of words here. Like schools. That's a plural form.
Yippee! Yippee!
Nothing over here, although that is the exit, so we'll come back there later. Let's see if I can actually use this thing, because I've had problems using this thing in the past. Not that it matters in this stage, but... Oh, okay, you know what? Never mind. There is a stage where you do need to use that, and it's so finicky to get on. I absolutely hate trying to use the zip line. Alright, children is a plural form, so we'll be collecting that one. I don't expect this LP to be very long. Maybe like 6 parts max, depending on how quickly we get through these towers. There's only like 3 towers, and I would say maybe about half an hour each tower, so yeah, it's not going to be a super long one, but I thought it'd be interesting to do this game nonetheless, considering I'm sure not many people have played this game online, let alone maybe even seen it. I don't know, it's kind of gone to the point now where this game's over 20 years old technically. So, definitely for a different generation.
Runway!
Hello there. Are you ready for a runway workout?
Roar! You bet I am!
Step on the things that have that shape and stay away from everything that doesn't. Remember, use the right arrow to move right, left arrow to move left, up arrow to jump. Don't forget, you can only make 3 mistakes. Got it?
I'm supposed to run through things that have that shape on them and stay away from everything that doesn't.
Alright, so this is the other action type of stage. It's a very slow auto-scrolling, well, I don't know, platform is really the right word. You do have a jump button, but I almost never use it in these stages. But yeah, you just simply collect the things that it tells you to collect. Like every other stage, I guess. Now, if I remember correctly, yes. So the pits, if you fall down them, the stage just ends. And while collecting points is completely unnecessary, you can beat the game with 0 points, if I remember correctly. It's obviously not something I want to end up demonstrating on camera here, because that would be pretty embarrassing.
Skillway!
Find all the words in plural form. But remember, not all words that end in S or ES are plural.
I'm supposed to look for plural forms of words.
Alright, so we're doing the plural thing again, but very different section of the library. So yeah, even though there's only a few different environments. Oh, that's a plural form. There we go.
Yippee!
They definitely mix it up with all the variations inside them. And that is, wow, that's like the shortest one yet. There's a few that are this short, but they do definitely get longer, trust me. And I still managed to miss a word, so, well, there we go.